All right. So, first of all, as we are starting this today's training, let's quickly celebrate and recognize those who's been achieving some extra milestones over the past 7 days. And if we start with um, our weekly top enrollers, who are they? What are they? Basically, those are the people that in the past week, in the past 7 days, have been personally having extra new members. Now, for example, you see this was the week between the 16th through the 22nd of September 2025. And this is just the list of the first 10. No, there's much more than 10 on the list, going with 2 and below. But the first one on the list is Edina Orahovac from Montenegro with 6 new personally sponsored members, which equals to 416 business volume. What that basically literally means is that any commissions, any rewards that are being paid on such kind of sales are being paid on this specific volume, in that case 416. Then we have Adnan Nezirovic from North Macedonia with 5 new personal customers, altogether 507 business volume. And the third one is Esma Jebic Kahriman from Bosnia and Herzegovina with 4 new customers, 369 business volume. We have also other people here on the list from Amela, Jamila, Sarah, Almasa, Dafina, Almina, and Hamiliet. And of course, there's much more, but all of this you can see real time in your account. When you log in, you can go under your business and you can see top enrollers and you're gonna see all this stuff. However, for the first 3, every single week we add an extra reward, and Edina Rahovac is getting an extra 30 euros for being top enroller for the past week. Adnan is getting an extra 20 euros, and Esma is getting extra 10 euros for this as well. Pretty amazing to be able to get something extra beside also, of course, being one of the top enrollers. We also have 2 new rank achievements. First one is Elvir Begic from Sweden, becoming a 1-star partner, and then the second one is Helena Reis from France, becoming a 1-star partner for the first time as well. So congratulations also to Elvir and to Helena to achieving the first milestone in NH Global. That means becoming a 1-star partner. I'm not gonna go into all the details what that means. Those of you guys who are listening, you already know. Those of you who might not know, you can always go out and check our rewards plan to be able to see what this actually means. But really, what I want to do today is I want to talk about, some people say it's a secret. I always say it's a secret until you hear it. People say, well, there's a lot of secrets. Everything it's a secret until you don't know about it, right? Because obviously, like, when you get to know about something, then you can say like, oh, that's good, that's not good, that makes sense, that doesn't make sense. So if you want to call it a secret, it's a secret for success. Yes, it might be. It is something that can make a big difference, definitely. Now, what we're going to talk today is, first of all, if we look into specifics of the business that we do, right? And let's just quickly stop for a minute and let's just analyze what is the main goal of building New Hope Global business. One of the goals is definitely to help people to feel better, right? Isn't it? To just, they feel better with great products, and we are kind of like ambassadors of great products, right? We use them, we love them, we like them, we just tell others to do the same. And obviously, if we wouldn't have quality and good products that people would like, they wouldn't come back, right? Because no one would spend money for something that they wouldn't get the value out of it, right? So that's the first thing we do, right? We try to help other people to understand why it's important to use good supplementation, right? Why it's important to use the good supplements or even like any other things to take care of our body. Now, the second thing what we do is, because if we have the products that we can share with others, and because of the company, in that case New Hope Global, who made this an opportunity, now what we can do is we can actually make money, right? We can basically share this with others and we can take part of these sales and make some extra income. And this is in principle what we do, right? These are the two things we do. We share good products with people and we share the opportunity with people. And through that, we are getting new customers, we are getting all those experiences, we're getting extra income. Now, one of the big things that has happened, most likely, I would say, connected with the period of the COVID and after that, is that before COVID, this has been called business from home, right? Work from home. But most of it was still done in person, in life, with different types of activities, events, all those kind of things. But when the COVID started, then actually it helped many people to understand, oh, there is a business. I can work from my home, from my phone, from my computer, this, and I can still make extra money, right? How many of you agree that it's amazing to be at home and just make money? Put number 5 in the comments, because I will share something with you. But those of you who are here, put number 5 in the comments if you agree it's cool to just, be at home and just be making money, right? Because you can utilize all technology and all this kind of stuff. Now, I will share one very important thing with you. I believe that being and having an opportunity to be able to utilize that and work from home, on the other side, it actually got us to the point, it got many people to the point where their progress and their success is very limited. Why? Because people put everything just not working from home. They completely forgot about the other side, which is a human interaction, which is going out, putting activities, making things happen. And I will share through some of the things right now why I believe a lot of people are per se comfortable where they are, but it's very hard for them to break through. And what I see in the last years is that it's so easy. And of course, you still need to put work in, don't get me wrong, but it's so easy to make 200, 300, 500 euros amount. It is so easy. But you know what is harder than has ever been before? To go from 500 to 5,000 to 50,000 to 100,000 a month. It's harder than ever before. And you know why? Because everybody is just doing this small little stuff from home, just about this 300, 400, 500 amount, but no one really stands up and go for their dreams big time. No one really does it anymore the way it has been done before. And I want to share some things with you today for you to understand, like, how do you break through this 200, 300, 400, 500 amount and really position yourself to make a much bigger impact. Because here's the reality. The people, every one of you know right now, it's enough for you to make this 200, 300 amount or a week. It depends on, some of the things and of course, how many customers you have and all this kind of stuff. But That's enough. But for really making it through, breaking through, getting into different societies, getting into different people that you have never known before, create this bond, and the connections, and really create trust, and really start moving the things big time, most likely it will not happen. Very little chance. Because people see you sitting in front of this screen, all this, you can have all those great tools like Zoom, like cameras, like whatever other stuff, but it's still not the same like just getting things done on how it was done ever before when we actually started to use all this technology. So what I'm going to talk today here a little bit more is basically which I can call it the biggest secret, if you don't know it yet, to really long-term huge success in whatever you do. And I want to start with that. And I want to start it with the way for everybody who is here listening, if that's live or in replay or whatever it is. But I want you to know that success, it's not coincidence. Success does not come just from today to tomorrow, even if someone might have a nice success between today and tomorrow, but really success comes through the long-term vision and the activity. And first of all, you do not need to have any special connections or special knowledge. But you know what? One of the reasons why when I started this business, I did not have any special connections. I did not have any special skills or knowledge. But I had one thing that very little people had and even have today. And this is that I was always in action. Always in action. What does that mean? I would not stop for an hour. I would not stop for a day. I would follow my vision. I would follow my dreams. I would fail. I would fail miserably, but I will just stand up and keep going, because after the first rejection, there is another possibility. After the first unsuccess, there is another possibility of success if I stay in action. Okay, so the biggest thing you can do is to always stay in action. Always. Forget about all those, oh, I'm going to take 2 weeks off, I'm going to take 3 weeks off, I'm going to take 2 months off, I'm going to take this weekend off, all those things. I'm telling you, you can. But that's particularly what's stopping many people from actually breaking through the big time. You have to be always in action. You know how many birthdays, how many celebrations, how many parties, whatever you want to call it, from my close friends, from my family, from anyone I knew, I missed because I was always in action. And you don't need to be always in action to the point that you need to be on the plane almost every single day like I've been. I'm not talking about those kind of things all the time, but you always need to be going forward. You always need to be doing it. And that is why today many people hit this limit plateau, which is maybe like 500 to 1,000 to maybe 2,000 euros amount, but very few break through to like a very, very big, large success, which if we are measuring in income right now, might be 20, 30, 50, 100,000 euros amount. And one of the big reasons, again, is because we need to stay always in action. Okay, so let's break it through a little bit. But before we go into that, I want to share a story with you. It's my 100% personal story, but through that we are gonna be able to actually understand that it doesn't take anything much more than just understanding the basics. Okay? Now, everybody who is here, you know more than enough about our products. You know more than enough about our company. You know more than enough about the basics of how the rewards plan works and even how our website works, how to create new account or how to place an order. Everybody who is here knows more than enough about it. And you're gonna be surprised if I tell you that this is the basics you need to be always in action and make big things happen. That's all what you need. You just need to keep repeating it. Always and always and always. Now, I want you to, if you can take notes, please take notes. If you cannot, just try to remember those things. This is going to be recording, so you can basically, later on go through it once again, listen it, whatever needs to happen, share it with the other members that they need to hear that. But the one very big part, which I want you to remember it or write it down, success is not only about knowing more, but it's about doing more. You see what I'm saying? It's not about how much more you know, because you can know a lot of things, but if you do not implement those things, if you do not do those things, it will never happen the way you want it to happen. So again, success is not about knowing more, but it's about doing more with what you know. And as you keep doing more, you learn more. That's just how it is. It's a natural principle of growth. You are in action, you're getting reaction. Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative, but we can learn on the reaction and we put it back into new action. Okay? The second thing that I want you to write down is consistency is always better than activities once in a while. What does that mean? It means if you do consistently something, you will always achieve more than just like do something right now and then forget about it for a week again and then coming back and then after a month doing a little bit again. It will not happen. You need to be consistent. How many of you goes to gym every month once and you see huge results? I want to see. Put number 3 in the comments if you go to gym just once in a month and you see huge success on whatever you work on your body. No one. Why not? Because it's not a one-time thing. It takes consistency. How many of you take shower once a month and then you don't smell for the rest of the month? Anyone is taking shower once a month? But because you are doing it really good, you take really good shower once a month, you don't need to take shower for the next 29 days. Is that how it works? Or it's better to take just 2-minute shower every single day and you're gonna be much better than taking 1 shower a month. You see, it's a principle of life. Doing small little consistent things over a long period of time, it is much better than bursts of small little activities here and there. And this is one of the most important principles people need to understand. You need to be doing it every single day. Always be in action. Okay? The third thing that I want you to understand is online tools are amazing. They are great, but they cannot replace a real world engagement with people when you meet them live, face to face. They cannot replace. No matter what kind of AI tools are, no matter how beautiful graphic is, all those kind of stuff, it is still not 100% the same. And don't keep missing out the real-time conversations by thinking that you can always replace it with the online tools. Online tools, I will tell you what online tools are. Online tools are here for us to be more effective and to save us a lot of time, frustration, energy, and all those kind of stuff. They're our helpers, but they are not the replacement for anything. Okay? So, and the last thing on this part is, if you want to have growth, you need to do two things. For the growth to happen, number one, you need to be constantly moving, constant movement, always in action. And the second thing, for this growth to really happen, you need to be constantly improving, learning more, getting better, applying it. So growth equals constant movement plus constant improvement. That's the best way to put it. That's the best way to achieve it. Constantly be in action, constantly move, and constantly improve. You gotta stop you gotta start somewhere. Absolutely. Wherever you are today, start from there. But if you constantly move and constantly improve, the growth is going to come. Okay? All right, so let me share a quick story with you. So when I started in network marketing in 2014, the first thing that I needed to figure out was a solid company. Why? I didn't know that at that time. But in my first year, I changed 3 different companies. And not because I wanted to change them, but because the ones that I joined, they went out of the business. So the first thing I needed to know was like, is there an opportunity I can work with for years to come? That was the first most important part. But even when I learned that, to get to the company that I was able to start fulfilling my vision, right? And to put things into action all the time, I still did not know many things. In fact, I knew very little. I don't know how many of you can relate to that, but I was very scared talking to people, specifically for those who I never knew. But the problem was that to those that I knew, they did not really have respect to me. So I could talk to them, but they wouldn't really take me seriously. But those that I did not know, I was so scared to talk to, so I had a big challenge to overcome in the beginning. Right? But to make this simple and understandable, there is one thing that I never stopped, and this was like I was always in action. I was always moving forward. And one of the big reasons that in a matter of 5 years, I was able to grow a team from 0 to over 98,000 members in literally over 40 different countries worldwide. It's not just one country, one city, one language. No, multiple languages. Many of them I never even understand. But I will tell you, when you do business, you always find a way to understand. But one of the big reasons that someone can grow from 0 to over 98,000 members is being constantly in action. Now, I want to share with you quickly what kind of action It is proven and needed for someone to do that. But let me ask a question first here. Does anyone here wants to grow your team in the next 5 years to, let's say, 100,000 members? Does anyone who is here wants to grow your team to 100,000 members in the next 5 years? Put 100 in the comments. Let me see who, because maybe not everybody wants to do that. Maybe some of you are just fine where you are. I don't know. I'm just asking if anyone here wants to grow your team to 100,000 members in the next 5 years. Right? Maria is saying 100. Maria is ready. Stefan saying 100. Okay, I see hundreds coming in right now. All right, perfect. No. Here's what I'm going to tell you. It is much simpler than you think. It's not easy because it takes a lot of obstacles, but it's not that it is simple once you apply the simple principles. But you will need to go out of your way and be in constant action, always in action. Now, let me tell you some of the things that are non-negotiable. You will need to be having meetings every single day, multiple ones of them. I will give you some examples. When I started this business, I called everyone that I knew. But my only goal was to meet with them. I did not share anything what I have. I did not do the presentation over the phone, nothing. My only goal was, let's meet. I want to see you after, some of them even after years, after a long time. I want to have a talk with you. Why? Because that was my only way to at least to understand that doesn't matter if they're interested or no, I'm going to be able to share my vision with them. I'm going to be able to share what I have with them in a right way. So what I did is I started to block out the times. Like I had like, okay, tomorrow at 9 in the morning, I'm meeting with this person. At 11, I'm meeting with this person. At 1, I'm meeting with this person. And mostly what I'm going to do is I'm going to literally try to be at one place so I don't need to spend time moving around. And if those people are somewhere around, I will just try to meet everybody at the same place. And I would keep doing that day after day after day. Doesn't matter if it's Saturday, doesn't matter if it's Friday, doesn't matter if it's my mom's birthday. Sorry, I'm always in action. Right? And after some time, you started to get like some momentum. What does that mean? It means you're starting to get some other people who says, I want to do the same. You know, I want to do the same as you're doing it. I want to be part of this. Let's do it. Let's learn together, right? And then at some time you have people that say, hey, you know, we are 10 right now working on this project. Oh, perfect. You know what? We can start doing some other things. We can start creating events. We can start getting to small group meetings, you know, then they have their own people and it starts growing. But because everybody was always in action. Let me quickly tell you one special thing that I want you to understand. And this is just because I want you to know that it's not who you know. It's not what kind of connections you have, but it's more about always being in action and trying to figure out a way. So one of our bigger teams that we had was in Africa, in Nigeria. Some of you know. And I will tell you one thing. When I decided to go to Nigeria for the first time, I had about 10 people that are just kind of like interested to get to know more. I didn't know if anyone will actually do the business. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know anything. But you know what I knew? That I'm going to make it happen no matter what. Even if I land in the country and no one is going to show up, I will find a way to make it happen. And to tell you how this started, the very first day when I landed in Nigeria, and the next day we were supposed to have our first meeting with some of those people who were interested and they could invite their friends and all those kind of stuff, I had booked a room for 180 people because that's what they told me, that there's going to be a lot of people coming because a lot of people might be interested in what we have. And we were supposed to start at 10 in the morning. And I was fully ready, man. I was like, I had like like projector set up, everything, like to just go world class. 10 o'clock, I was alone in that room. Completely alone. Like around 10:05, the person that was talking to me over all these months show up. And he said, sorry, I'm a little bit late. I'm like, how do you mean you're a little bit late? We were supposed to start already 5 minutes ago. Right? Well, yeah, but here it's like we're gonna be, everybody's going to come in a little bit late, but some people are on the way. I'm like, I get it, I understand, and I'm learning that part, but we have a space for 180 people. And we are two here right now. Like, no matter how late people are, like, I don't believe we're gonna ever fill this space up with 180 people. And it's like, no, it's don't worry about it. It's fine. I said, look, this is my vision no matter what. One day we're going to fill this space up and even bigger places. But I said today, it's not going to be that day most likely. So first of all, what I need to do, I need to say like, hey, you know what? Let's adjust. Let's see what we need to do. We changed some things. We got a smaller room so we could actually have, a better meeting environment and so on. And we got started. And at the end of the day, we had about 30, 40 people coming around. So what I wanted to tell you with that is your vision is going to determine what you're actually going to do in this business. Of course, with always staying in action. So no matter how little or how big the people are going to show up, if you're always going to do the best thing, always stay in action, even if you talk to yourself doing the presentation, sharing the vision that you have and the company that you work with have, it's going to take you far. And through some of those beginnings, after 2-3 years, we got to the point where just in a country like Nigeria, we had a little bit less than 1,000, about 900 people attending one of our events. Why? Because we've been always in action. So my point here to everybody of you is you have to start and you need to keep going every single day. You need to go out and make things happen. Don't just hide behind all those online tools, cameras, live Zooms, all those kind of stuff. It is great. But in reality, if you really want to make it big time, go past beyond that. Way past beyond that. And we went through, like, let's say, some of the things and the points, that we spoke in the beginning. But some of the things I want to share here as well on this training is the next. First of all, meet new people every single day. If you do not meet new people every single day, whatever the circle of people you know, at some point, you won't have anyone to talk to. And whenever someone comes and tells me I spoke to everyone, I said, first of all, do you meet new people every single day? Because if you meet new people every single day, you cannot ever run out of people to talk to. If you do at least one new conversation every single day, that's over 360 people every single year that you're going to add to your circle. If you are not doing that, you are in big trouble at some point, because obviously you are not going to be able to progress. The next thing, are you doing one-on-one meetings every single day? If you don't, you are missing out big time. Why? Because you need to combine all those things, because when you have group meetings, you are literally almost speaker, but you don't really have the real conversation and you really don't create a trust. The second thing is messages are great, but you need to start using also calls and personal meetings, because this is what increase the trust and also it creates better urgency in the things. Nowadays, everybody is on messages, but no one is paying attention to it anymore. If you meet with someone one-on-one and have a real conversation, 5 minutes of that conversation can be much more impactful than 1 hour of such kind of training. Why? Because it's personal. It goes straight to what the person needs and what you want to discuss. The next thing, when I believe it's one of the daily actions, you need to be doing small group meetings. Create your funnel, gather with 2, 3, 4, 5 people at a time, build community, multiply the energy so you can get rid of all those negative Joes. You're gonna have 5 people, 4 of them are gonna be positive, 1 is going to be negative. So you all positive people are going to either like have this person turn into positive, or they're just gonna walk away. That's why the small group meetings are important, because it creates better validation, even to those who are seeing everything negative. How many of you guys are meeting with people and all what they do is like they just keep asking you questions why they wouldn't be successful, or why you wouldn't be successful, or why this business cannot be successful, or why this business will never work? Like, unfortunately, people are programmed that way, that instead of them asking, hey, how do I make it big in this business, they're going to say, how do I fail in this business? Honestly, that's how people are today. Because of all the negative media, press happening all around, everybody is always starting to think about disaster instead of like opportunity to start with. And then, of course, you need to do online trainings, meetings, use Zoom or whatever different kind of tools for just saving time and for duplication and for the basics trainings, which most of you guys do already. But again, the other things that I shared here, like from meeting new people every single day to personal one-on-one meetings to small group meetings, this is where most of the people do not stay in action every single day in a right way. Okay, and then as you go forward, you also need to host or attend any kind of weekly, even like a local meetups, reach different people, have a conversation, focus on customers, focus on new partners, focus also on existing leaders. Sometimes you might have just meeting with those who are really active and are already doing something. Why? Because you want to level up their leadership and see where they're struggling and how you can help them. But on the other side, you always work on new customers and new partners, right? And then sometimes you need to start doing also things like you need to start organizing bigger meetings. Maybe like once you have a little bit bigger team, for example, start organizing maybe like a regional meeting, maybe with 20, 30, 50, 100 people and so on. This is what it takes to stay constantly into action and make such kind of impact. Honestly, from the story I just shared with you right now, I would never do it online. I would never be able to do it online. Yes, I would have customers here and there, but I would never be able to do it online. But if I go and sit down with people and I show them, I train them, I give them the vision, I give them the information, I tell them what they need to do, that's where the magic happens. And those of you guys who are going to be taking this seriously, from what we spoke, you are going to see a big, 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 big difference. So quickly, let's kind of like review what we spoke. Okay, if I could kind of like put this into some kind of formula on what we spoke today, would be something like that. So what would be the step one? Step one would be literally to commit to daily action. Always stay in action. That's non-negotiable. Commit to daily action. No 0 days, no whatever when you're building your business. Okay. Step number 2, mix online and offline. Never do only online. Even in these times, never do only offline, because you're going to save yourself much time also using the online tools. So mix online and offline, but never replace any of them completely. Mix it together. In the beginning, I will tell you, even put more focus on offline so you can build some good ground with people, and then switch more and more to online with those that you know already, just to save time for you and for everybody else. Step number 3, then start teaching your team to do the same. Okay? And those of you guys who really want to understand this, step number 4 is the one for you. Track your activities. Hold yourself accountable, what you're doing daily, weekly, monthly. So that way you can really say, hey, I've done great this week. I have done what I needed to do. And the last step, but it's very important one, every day find something to stay uncomfortable. Do something that it's not easy, that is not comfortable. Either like, I don't know, try to talk with someone that you feel that it's kind of like out of your reach, or like do something that is just not comfortable. Whatever it is to push your business forward. You need to stretch yourself, because growth is outside of your comfort zone, as we know. Okay, I'm gonna put these steps here in the comment just for everybody to because I have them like written down here, so that way you're gonna be able to see them. Okay, let me put it here. So I'll put it on here in the comments for everybody, so you guys can go through it once again. So that's a very important part, very, very important part. And what I want to do to end this training is I want to challenge everybody of you. Are you really just satisfied where you are? Or because some of you might be with us for years, you know, some of you might be with us for years, and you would be like, I'm just there. And I appreciate you're there, but like, I don't want you to just be there. I really want you to break through big time. And I tell you, you have more than enough for you to do it, to do it, but you will need to commit yourself to massive daily action. Daily action, it means every single day you will need to go massively out to change these things. Those who will be ready to go with you, they will not find excuses. They will work on your schedule. They will work on your time. They will do whatever it takes for them to be successful as well. And those who will not will just take your time, and you are just going to, instead of progressing, you're going to be regressing. You're going to go back. So my challenge to everybody of you is start acting as you're going crazy big way, and start doing it that way, and do not pay attention to anyone who is not even ready to do it, and just keep going. It's gonna feel lonely, specifically in the beginning, and then from time to time you're gonna find some people gonna say like, you know what, I want to do the same like you do. Let's make it. And then through this time, you're going to find 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to have like your small group of 5 to 10 people that are going to be like you, that are going to be, sometimes we say crazy as you. It means they're going to be ready to do anything what it takes to be successful. Because in order for you to ever create a team of people that want to do such kind of things, it starts with you. It starts with your vision and with your actions. Because if you never start, not these other 5 or 10 will ever be there. But it starts with you, so you have responsibility towards yourself, first of all. And once you keep doing that, once you keep showing it, more and more and more people are going to say, hey, you know what? Jelka knows where she's going. Maria knows where she's going. I'm going to follow her. I'm going to do everything what I need to be better and to make things happen. So I wish I could just, tell you like, just do this for the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and you would just go and do it. But unfortunately, I know that some of you who are listening right now, you're just gonna listen and you're just not going to go and apply it. I don't have a magic stick to just say like, hey, right now, just go and do it. All I can do is like, I can just wish the best for you. I can just be here and give you all those possible advices and the things. But the person who needs to go and stay into action every single day, it's you. We have given you more than enough tools from the company side to the products to the rewards plan. We have given you all the basics. Yes, we are not perfect. We still have a lot of things but we will never be where we want to be. I will tell you very, very, very honestly, we will never be satisfied of where we are. If you ask me right now, how many things as a company we need to do? Thousands. And I wish we could just put them together and would be done in a day, but it will never happen. It will never happen. The same as your business will never be perfect. You will always be having challenges. You will always be having, things back and forth, and this happens, and this unexpected, and this, and it's whatever it is. Some of you might have challenges with delivery companies all the time. It is what it is. What can we do? We can just find the solutions, right? So what I'm telling you again is, it's up to you to apply this and just go and make it happen. But what I do know as well, and I wouldn't like to see that, but I will tell you that even if I come on that kind of call 3 years from today, some of you might be on the exact same spot as you are today. And I don't wish that for you. I really don't wish that for you. But some of you has been with us for that long time, but you're still waiting for change to happen. But change will never happen if you are not going to be the one who is going to make it happen. I know you're gonna say, well, Dino, it's very easy to say, but it's much harder to do it. Yes and no, because doing it means you just made a decision, and then you're gonna be doing it. That's all what it is. Are you gonna have challenges? Yes. Are you going to fail? Yes. Are you going to fail big time? Yes. I keep failing every single day. But I don't keep telling myself, Dino, you're a failure, because you keep, failing every single day. But what I do is like, ask myself, what can I do better? Like, I've done that today and it seems like it doesn't work the way I wanted it. But let me try to figure out better way, or let me even ask someone I can to maybe make it better. See what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that there's going to be a day where everything is going to be perfect. Probably not. It's always going to be something to improve and something to do better. But we need to start where we are. We can't wait until we are perfect. We can't wait until it's the right time, because right time is today or never. So everybody who is here listening, I just have, again, one very big wish for you. And this is that you sincerely ask yourself where you are today, comparing where you have been 2 years ago. And if this answer tells you like you're on pretty much the same situation like you've been 2 years ago, which means, I don't know, you have the same job or whatever you're doing, pretty much the same type of income, you have, the same circle of friends, you have the, I don't know, everything is pretty much the same like it was 2 years ago, I have to tell you that you have threw away 2 years of your life. Very honestly. Because if nothing majorly has changed in these 2 years, you're just there. You're just living. You're just cruising. But the reality is that these 2 years are big 2 years comparing how many years we all have on this earth. And I will tell you, there's been many years, if you ask me in the past, there's been many years that I would say, oh, if I would just do more in these years, man, like my life today would be completely different. Right? But now we can't beat ourselves up. But what we can do right now is ask yourself, where do you want to be 5 years from now? And lay out the vision, lay out the wishes, lay out the things. And then make sure that in 5 years, you're not going to ask yourself this question today and you're going to say, where am I today comparing 5 years ago? And then you're going to tell yourself, well, I'm in the same situation again. I don't want that for you. I really don't want that for you. So anyway, I hope this helped. If anyone have any question, feel free to unmute yourself. If not, then we'll definitely close it up for today, and hopefully everybody is going to have some thoughts behind it and maybe take some action about it. So I think there is no questions. And if there is no questions, then I would just like to thank you for being here. And again, as every single week, we'll be here next week, Tuesday again. Thank you so much for attending it. And we'll see you then next week on Tuesday. Bye.